In early 2017, the global automotive industry was focused on a single, highly publicized goal. From Detroit to Tokyo, manufacturers were in a frantic race to achieve Level 5 autonomous driving. Companies were deploying billions of dollars to train vehicles to process visual data. They relied on existing neural networks to teach these cars how to recognize pedestrians, stop signs, and lane markers in real time. But while the industry focused on cameras and LiDAR, they were relying on an AI architecture with a heavy structural limitation. At the time, models were forced to process data one piece at a time in a strict sequence. This meant a system had to analyze point A before it could look at point B. When feeding a model massive amounts of driving footage or thousands of pages of technical manuals, this step-by-step processing created a bottleneck that made training slow and resource-heavy. Because major automakers were fixated on the physical road, they missed a structural breakthrough happening in a different discipline, one that would eventually change how their own organizations functioned. These recurrent neural networks operated like reading a textbook one word at a time, unable to jump ahead. As the sequence lengthens, earlier context is lost. By the end of a complex string, information from the beginning fades from memory. Because of these engineering hurdles, AI remained the exclusive territory of specialized computer scientists. It was a tool set apart from the everyday automotive worker on the factory floor or in the dealership. Resolving this technical processing bottleneck was the unglamorous prerequisite required before AI could move into the broader corporate workforce. The solution arrived in June 2017. A team of 8 researchers at Google Brain quietly published a paper titled "Attention is All You Need." The paper proposed replacing linear sequential processing with an entirely new architecture. They called it the transformer. The core innovation was the self-attention mechanism. Instead of processing piece by piece, the model weighed the relevance of every input simultaneously. By analyzing all relationships at once, the transformer removed the sequential bottleneck. AI training shrank, capturing long-range dependencies previously impossible to track. This was more than a software optimization. It was a liberation of artificial intelligence from the constraints of linear time. At the time, the paper was a technical contribution to the natural language processing community. Its long-term significance was not obvious to many researchers in the field. While billions were dedicated to the hype of self-driving cars, Google Brain researchers had just published the architecture that would power GPT within 2 years. The transformer's true power lay in its ability to process vast amounts of unstructured data and find the relationships hidden within it. This white paper led directly to the creation of the first massive large language models. Within 5 years, these systems would be capable of handling complex tasks and interacting with users in natural language. A technical fix designed to improve language translation had become the underlying engine for processing entire organizational ecosystems. The transformer's mastery of text created a bridge between complex code and the broader workforce. Because transformers could understand the nuances of natural language, they turned human speech into a way to command computers directly. Interacting with advanced systems no longer required a specialized engineering degree or the ability to code. Any employee in a dealership or on a factory floor could now engage with AI through natural language. By making AI accessible to non-technical users, the transformer changed who inside an organization gets to command the computer's power. This democratization of access is now reaching into the sprawling automotive operations that were once the domain of specialized engineers. Now, an engineer on a factory floor can use natural language to have an AI agent analyze predictive maintenance logs, or search across technical databases for a specific fault. An employee in a dealership can query complex service records or automate document processing without ever needing to touch a line of code. This widespread immediate access to enterprise intelligence is now forcing the automotive sector to redesign its daily operations and organizational structure. Transformers gave AI the ability to understand our organizations and answer our questions. The next stage begins when these systems stop just answering and start acting on their own.